Oh, hey crew. It's Sunday morning, the 23rd, and it's approaching noon actually. Maybe close to noon already. I didn't respond to any of your videos from last weekend because I don't like you. But I have a list again. I did get out of my soundproof room, as my video about the Frisbee golf course demonstrates aptly. I'll let Bryn respond to your comments directed towards her. I'm not going to talk about them. Never heard of Avenue Q. Don't know anything about them. So that's one. Your friend Cindy and the Indigenous Place Names Atlas work that I've done. Actually, it's interesting because you said that work you did a long time ago. Well, I had a meeting last week about it because they still haven't sent the book to the publisher because they haven't finished the text. But so I'm doing some final work on that in the next couple of weeks. Actually, I'll be doing it tomorrow, probably. But yeah, have Cindy email me. I gave you my email, and I can give her examples of the work I've done on that. 12-string guitar. All I see is dollar signs when I talk 12-string guitar. So I'd like to play around with the 12-string guitar at some point, but I'm just gonna wait until the opportunity arises. The Portland meeting, and not talking about things. Yeah, there's always things you want to talk about, but you don't want to talk about. I feel for you and the 4 Swedish wives you had. I know that was tough on you in more ways than one. Anyway, Mugby hats. What you showed me 4 hats and a colon cup. You had the toque with the yellow text, the black toque with the yellow text. You had the yellow or the black beanie with the yellow text. You had a yellow striped beanie with red text, or a black and yellow striped beanie with red text, and then you had the red and black striped beanie with yellow text. I kind of liked the black beanie with yellow text, to tell you the truth. I have actually like 3 Mugby Junction cups in my office at work, and I show them to my friends on a regular basis. And by the way, speaking of hats, see this thing right here? Bryn made this. She's apparently taken to making hats in the last 3 days, and so she's made like 4 of them. And this is the one it was sitting around last night, and I was like, hey, can I wear that hat? And Sarah's like, yeah, I don't think it's anyone's. So I have another new hat.
Oh, it's Jane's hat from Firefly. Bryn found a pattern for it on the internet, so she's crocheting like 2 of them now. Yeah, I don't know. Bryn's been making a ton of hats recently. Not entirely sure why.
As much as I enjoyed it, I think, I probably have had my fill of detailed dermatological discussions. I think you can keep the discussion of the skin to yourself if you want to go into detail about where you itch. Yeah, I've had enough of that. Thanks for sharing them. The drug-induced winter stupor. Well, as you see, it's there's the high school girls soccer coach driving by and laughing at me for making a video out here. Which brings me to my point that it's November 23rd, and it's about 55 degrees out here and sunny. It's a tough place to be here in Pendleton. So enjoy your closet and your peyote, because actually we actually get a lot of fog in the winter here. We don't get a lot of snow, but we get a lot of fog, which kind of sucks. The Alanis Morissette My Humps cover, I've seen that. It was entertaining, definitely. Packers game, awesome. Go see the Packers. Aaron Rodgers is on my fantasy football team, one of my players on my fantasy football team, and I think he's one of my top 2 scoring players, he and Donovan McNabb. So root for Aaron Rodgers. Your golf stuff, I've got to say that your golf stuff was not nearly as boring as my guitar stuff. But I'm thinking that the next thing I should do is like do a video just where I introduce you to each one of my dreads personally. I could show you each dread and what its problems are, what its strengths and weaknesses, what kind of work needs to be done on it to really help it come along. And speaking of the dreads, it will have been 6 months since I dreaded my hair next week. And I said I was going to give it 6 months. So I need to have a talk with my wife and kids about what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to leave it for a while. I'd like to grow it out. I'd still like to give it maybe another 6 months and see what it's like. But Sarah's not happy. The story installments, I think it would be really cool to do that. I talked to Sarah and Bryn, and it seems like a lot of work. And I was wondering if it might be better to do it in smaller segments. And I don't know if I've been asked, I think you mentioned this, I've been asked to, actually now confirmed, to give a talk for the Chamber of Commerce here about Enterprise 2.0 and user-generated content and that sort of thing. And I've been recently exploring Twitter, which is like a mini blog, and I don't know if you're familiar with it. You can go to twitter.com and look at it, and I'm not sure it has any value, but basically every post can be no longer than 140 characters. And I was thinking, as relates to this story idea, I mean, you could almost tweet, as they call it, a story thing where you can only write 140 characters. That would be pretty interesting. It would offer all kinds of challenges. It might be kind of fun. And in that vein, I was thinking what we should do if we want to do this story exchange is we should find a fifth person, and everybody should have to do one video a week on a given day, and it needs to be 1 minute long. Can't be any longer than a minute. So you can get on there and just say a couple things real quick. And I think that might be more fun and more manageable, because if you're trying to do like 10 minutes, that takes some time to put together. I don't know. Just a thought. Finally, before I sign off and enjoy this lovely day, tell Farfar happy 68th birthday from me. And I wish him well, and I hope he's still got that creaky bike and he's passing 30-year-olds on it. Take it easy. Bye.